out there. Both my phone and the laptop refused to connect to the Wi-Fi network, and there's no LAN cable out there, so I couldn't do it the old-fashioned way, whereas this one is LAN connected. Okie dokie. So, as I say, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the energy forecast for next year for as long as it takes me. It may not necessarily cover 12 months, it may only cover the first 6 months, it depends on what they have to say. Then I'll see if I can do the seasonal forecasts. I'm going to talk a little bit about the year number, and I'm going to talk a little bit about the Chinese zodiac sign that we're coming into, which is February 13th or 14th this year. Next year, sorry, I think. I'm not really sure, to be honest. Anyway, I think it's the year of the horse. No, I'm pretty sure it's the year of the horse. Let me just double check said year. The Chinese horoscope. Oh, I beg your pardon, it's the year of the wood dragon, as opposed to just the simple dragon. But anyway, so dragon energy is always very good because it's elemental energy and it means getting back to basics. So we'll talk a little bit about that in a moment as well. So hopefully the internet will hang out and be kind to me in here. We can get something done. So at the end, I will ask those who want to have a reading or have a mini reading. I'll pull you 1 card or I'll pull you 3 cards. Just ask me at the end when I finish going through the year and the seasons first, and then we'll announce the winner of the competition. Now, the competition was to like and share and invite your friends to the group in the original post that was on the page, which I know it gets very confusing because I have both a group and a page. I use the group to do the live readings, which I'm going to do more of next year, because there's too many of those annoying spammers on pages, whereas in here only those who are invited in here can comment, and only those who are in the group can actually see the content, and it's just a lot less frustrating, and you don't get bombarded with 5 million people using broken English saying that they've gotten, you know, some magic cure for your curses that you've got on you or something ridiculous like that. All right, before I start this, so everybody tell me how you are doing. How was your Christmas? Before we get going, just drop a comment and say how you've been this last week. This last week is kind of a really weird week because it's the week in between Christmas and New Year, and nobody really actually seems to think about what day we're on. Before I knew it was Friday. Okay, so let's start with the Scapini deck. These are always my go-to. I always start with these guys. I'm going to have to move a lot out of the way because I cannot. Not enough room. There was much more room out in the studio. I was going to use the cutting table, but it didn't work out. Don't matter. Quiet. They're the best type. COVID got me. Oh, Leanne, I'm so sorry. You poor thing. Oh. Only got a few days off. Back into it Tuesday. Oh, so you've had the week off. That's nice. Nice little refreshing break in between. Although refreshing and Christmas don't usually go hand in hand. Sometimes it can be ridiculously hectic. We had a very quiet one as well. We stayed home this year. I kind of like those ones because then I don't have to worry about going anywhere and getting there and getting back and traffic and all those sort of things. So, let us see what. Now, for those of you who know how I work, I do readings in lots of 3, and in this case we will treat the lots of 3 as a season. But for the 12-month thing, I'm going to do it in literally 12 cards. So it'll be 1 card per month. So starting with January, and then moving through, might help if I actually hold them up the right way. I have them all upside down, sorry about that. Okay, 5, 6. So we have 6. I don't do upside down cards because it always depends on what's around them. And all of these will be interchangeable and related to each other. So we have a spread of 12. So January is going to start out with people feeling kind of like they've accomplished something, that they've finally got on top of things, they have the upper hand. Things aren't going too bad, there's opportunities for growth, but it's slow and steady growth. And it's growth that needs to be looked at logically, as well as covering all of the bases of mind, body, spirit and heart. So number 1 is the 7 of, oh, sorry about that. Just trying to focus on me at the same time. 7 of Wands. We could focus, that would be nice. No, we're not going to. Fine. Okay, so starting out feeling pretty optimistic, like the worst of the battles are over, and like you can move into the new year and allow the path to evolve and take whatever comes and use it as growth. The next card, February. February is a really short month, also the month we move into the Chinese zodiac. Is quite a, it's a month for looking at the spiritual side of things, for looking within and just relaxing and not stressing too much, not trying to put too much pressure on yourself, and to concentrate on the little things and enjoy the little things, but don't get distracted. February is the star. Oop. I don't know whether is it going to focus? No. Okay, the camera doesn't want to focus. The star is a lovely, gentle card. It is full of calming emotion. It is full of peace and contemplation and reflection. But you can get caught up in that, and you can actually spend too much time in the, pardon me, the reflective world, or for want of a better term, daydreaming. So, following on from January, February is a nice easy one too. March, things are starting to move ahead. You're pretty much in a good position. The energy of the earth is moving forward steadily. It is moving forward. Probably this month it's going to start to step up, so it may feel like it's going to become a little bit overwhelming for some people. For people who don't, this is an 8 here. 8's a very, very strong number. It's strength. 8 is a powerhouse. It moves at a rapid rate sometimes. Sometimes it just moves at the slow and steady rate, but a lot of it's strong. No matter whether it's moving fast or slow, it's strong. It's a powerful energy, and you have to keep up with it. If you don't keep up with it and step into it and go with the flow, you do tend to find that you become rather overwhelmed. Well, March is when that's going to happen. March is the Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords is not known for his patience. He's not known for waiting for things to happen. He's known for rushing into things. So that energy is going to begin to pull you along, and it's probably better if you actually step into it and start moving with it. If you try to move against it, you are going to feel overwhelmed, tired, run down, all of those things that go with moving against what the energy is for you. And in April, it is Basically, the energies are saying the choices are yours. You take what you want, where you want, and what path you want to explore. It's all out. The opportunity is there. You just have to make that choice. You have all of the elements harmonized, all 5 elements harmonized, and the opportunities will just be waiting for you to step onto that path and to move forward, or to step further into the path that you're already on, or to step onto a completely new path. Entirely up to you, but those energies are there in April waiting for you to take that and to do it. So March is going to take you rapidly into that, and then the choice is yours for where you go from there. April, May, I was thinking, I should know the calendar by now. May is in the Southern Hemisphere traditionally a time of reflection anyway, as we move into the long dark months, or the great night. And May is traditionally the time where in the Southern Hemisphere we celebrate the ancestors. For Samhain and for, oh, did I show you the Wheel of Fortune for April? I don't know. Oh, it almost focused on that. Almost. So in May, some people, the energies around are going to make people feel like they're trapped. Going to make them feel like they are, for some intent, doing things that they don't want to do, or doing things against what they feel that they should be doing. But because this card is what it is, it's self-inflicted. The Devil. The only person that traps you with this card is you. You just have to change your mindset. This is a mindset card. This one, you need to change what you're thinking, how you think about it, and what terms you're thinking about it. By changing your thought processes, you will actually see opportunity rather than entrapment. And in June, which is the first month of winter for us, here in the Southern Hemisphere, there is going to come about the energies of opportunity, of overflowing opportunities that will have an emotional content to them as well. You will feel an emotional pull towards some. You'll be able to see a lot of these opportunities. They won't be completely clear, like most opportunities aren't completely clear. However, there's 3 very big opportunities on their way. They are providing an emotional reward, I suppose you can say, and they're all going to be pretty exciting opportunities. The only problem is, of course, having to choose. So June, 3 of Cups. 3 is a joy number. It's a celebratory number. Small gatherings, small celebrations. But this is going to be something that is close to people's heart, calling you to make those decisions to literally find your joy. Do what makes you happy. Or what my eldest daughter says, if it doesn't bring you joy, get rid of it. We did that yesterday. In July, July is the time of letting go. Those things, that energy that we've been hanging on to, that we insist on dragging along with us, even though we know that it isn't suited to us, that we really need to let it go and that it's not doing us any good. July's the time where those energies are going to come together and they're going to say, you have got to do this. You can't procrastinate any longer. So what I would spend the first 6 months of the year doing is figuring out what it is that doesn't bring you any joy and being prepared to let that go. Sometimes it's not easy just to drop something or to let something go straight away. Life is complicated and sometimes things are difficult to just drop and let go. Sometimes you just can't do that. It's a matter of there's physical considerations, there's emotional considerations, there's financial considerations, there's physical world's considerations, there's ethical considerations, inner turmoil, all that sort of stuff that you've got to work through. But in July, the energies are going to be saying, stop it, enough is enough, it's time. So we have the Death card. Now, along with this is rebirth. So those energies are saying, let go, step into the new. We're about to start a new path. Sometimes it's not quite so much a new path, it's just a new perspective of a path. And then in August, you're going to be busy. The energies around August are strong. They're also, it's the 8 of Wands. So we've got an 8 of Wands in an 8 year in the 8th month. Very strong energies. Energies that are pushing you towards stepping into your own power and expressing that and taking up what is best for you, to move in directions that you have been wanting to explore. It is all pushing, that energy is all pushing us in that direction. So August, very, very strong energy month. In September, we have a month of stability, especially stability and growth, and again strength as well. But there's a connection to nature with this particular card, and there's also a connection to contentment with this particular card. We're speaking of the King of Wands. Wands, oh geez, it's not going to focus, I'm so sorry. The King of Wands is all about being happy and content in what you have and where you are, and being able to do the things that you more like to do, the things that will make your heart sing, more than doing things out of obligation. It's also stability and strength, and there's always, again, Wands are all about growth, so it's furthering that growth. Okay, October is a foundation month, basically. It's the foundations have been laid, you've worked really hard, the energy's the same, it's time to have a small celebration and to celebrate where you've got to and where you've come from, and to enjoy the month. October being my favourite commercial holiday of Halloween. It's usually very busy, but we have the Four of Wands. So you've built those foundations, the growth is happening, it is now all becoming more organic, the energies are now beginning to be a little bit more gentle and slowing down as we get towards the end of that year, even though the Chinese New Year starts in February, the numerological and or sun sign year starts in January. If you follow the cycles of the moon, that can actually be either December or January, it depends on how many moons are in your year. So that's for October. As we move into November, we have a pretty exciting emotional month happening there. Plus we have the possibility, there's travel energies in the air as well. There's the opportunity to expand also in business, and the opportunity to further your knowledge and to basically gain a perspective of the beauty of the world and see it in a different light. In this card we have the Queen of Cups. The waters are relatively stable. They're not choppy or tumultuous, so it's more an excitement type of card rather than a nervousness type of card. So November's pretty exciting. One of our other favourite commercial holidays of the year. It's the beginning of our Christmas, November. We start in November when we get all the Halloween stuff away. And for December, we have again an amazing abundance of opportunities, and we're ending on an 8 card at the end of the year. It's the 8 of Cups. This one, although the 10 of Cups is more the nostalgic card, this one actually has an amount of nostalgia with it as well. You can see more clearly what's going on and how you've got there through the year, and these energies have all built up to this moment. And so you will be able to celebrate what has happened for you over the year, but also recognize and understand more about what's to come and the opportunities that this has all opened you up to. So yeah, yes, a big finish. So it's generally speaking, the year itself is going to be a year of forward motion, moving forward for whatever is your highest good and moving with the flow rather than trying to fight it. A little bit more understanding and recognition of your shadow self and your inner self, and coming to terms with that a little bit more, as well as utilizing that to help you along the way. And it's interesting in a way because the reflection, there's a lot of self-reflection in this card as well, because I mean, letting go is not the easiest thing to do, and we all have to actually take stock of ourselves when we're forced into that energy. And it's occurring in July, which is winter, which is the great night, which is traditionally where we all look in. It's the Southern Hemisphere Yule, and it is a time of reflection. Hi, Scott. So that's the wrap up for the 12 months. Scott, you might have to watch this again if you've only just tuned in to get what the energies are going to be around us for 2024. Anyway, so that's the way. That's going to be a full-on year. Energies are going to be full steam ahead. It's going to be a hell of a ride. That's all I can say. It's going to be fun. Where did I put the deck? Oh, right there. Okay. So I will use, that was the Scapini deck. I'll use the New Era cards for the seasonal forecasts. Sometimes there's a bit more information in the seasonal forecasts. Oh my goodness, suckers. Oh. Alright, put them there so we don't look mail. Okay, this is still a tarot deck, but it is very, very different to the Scapini. The Scapini is also very, very different to what most people are used to, which is the Rider-Waite-Smith. But we shall have a look. Now these ones, like I explained before, I do these in lots of 3. So yeah, our normal. So true, Leanne. So true. Oh dear. Oh, hang on. Just have a look-see. Right. Okay. Okay. So let's go for now. Summer. We're already in just about through the first month of summer, so I will do summer for the start of the year, but then I'll also do summer for the end of the December summer for the end of the year. There is a good deal of overlap with the seasons anyway, especially nowadays. Okay, so what we've got is we have the first card that came out was Power. Oh, could you focus, please, camera? And then we have the Ace of Air. I love the Aces. The Aces are a opportunity in the making. They're that inkling that something is coming, and you're getting ready to open up to a new idea. And then we have Illusion, which is Interesting because it's oh, for goodness sakes, I wish they did focus. It's desert, and we do tend to get mirages when it's really hot, and of course being summer. So this summer is a powerful start to the year. As we know, we're heading into the 8 number, which is a very strong number. So for the season of summer, there'll be a lot of new ideas thrown about that have to do with knowledge and education. So if you're thinking about doing something to further your knowledge or ongoing professional development, or start something completely new in the terms of learning, this is the season to do it. The illusion card would normally be a warning, but not coupled with these two. With these two, it is telling you to enjoy what is happening this summer. It doesn't necessarily mean this summer's going to be a hot one either. It just means that the energy that's around is very strong, very powerful, and opportunities abound for new ideas that are going to be for your higher good to come to fruition, for you to birth those ideas and for you to explore them. So we're going into autumn. Oh, yum. I love that colour. For autumn, we basically have interference. That's not the one I love, by the way. Daughter of Earth. This is the one I love. And we have Son of Fire. The earth element and the fire element are very good companions. They work well together. The interference card, combined with these two cards, does not mean interference. It means to be able to spot the things that are going to slow you down, the things that are going to get in your way, and the things that generally are just not good for you. As we said with the other spread, there's a lot in that where you have to reflect and you have to start to figure out the things that you need to change or to let go in July. This will be the beginning of it, but it's also a very gentle energy of earth involved here. Earth tempers the fire energy, but it tempers it to a point where it makes it work smarter rather than hotter and more intensely in a short period of time. It makes it work smarter for you. So for autumn, again, enjoy. Pay attention to the signs that may be interfering with what you have planned. Sometimes those signs that are seen as interference are actually hints about some other opportunity that could be coming your way. It's all about perspective. Winter. Big changes happening in winter, but we knew that because the last spread said that. So we have I love this card too, Circumspection, which is the family of elephants moving through the Serengeti, probably on the way to water. Then we have Father of Water. I love that these are tribal ones. And then we have the Tower, which is change. Now, the Tower doesn't necessarily mean catastrophic change. It just means change quickly, moving quickly. Change can be catastrophic if you view it that way, but most of the time it isn't. Most of the time it's been building for a long time. If you remember what I said about the cards and the in July that you have to let go, well, this is all building to that as well. So winter is the time where you have to do that inner reflection and you have to look at those things that really aren't serving you anymore. It's going to be an emotional thing for you to do, but it's relatively stable. If you have a look at the Father of Water here, which is just not going to see, but you have a look at the wavy bits behind him. Oh, it focused. Okay. It's not tumultuous, it's gentle, and it's ebbs and flows, so it's not going to be that hard. This card tempers this card, makes it easier for you to see what does need to be looked at, what does need to be discarded, and what does need to be reviewed and changed. And as I said with the other cards for the full year, it's saying that's it, it's time. It's time to get this done. Let's start, let's get on with it, let's move on to that path. The circumspection one, look to family for support. Family doesn't necessarily mean blood related, by the way. Whoever you see as family, look to them for support and guidance if you need it. And make sure that you have that in place so that you don't feel like that you're having to do this all alone. So now we're up to spring. Oh, yes, of course. Okay, so it's the last card, and spring's not particularly a pretty one, but bear with me. So spring, we're starting off with, well, warming. It says perfection here. However, if you look at the image itself, it's a warming card. It's a dance of magic. And then we have abundance. Spring is the time of abundance. It's the time where the earth wakes up and all of the bounty starts to fruit again, and we start to reap those rewards. Now the last one, this is not particularly pretty. This is quite confronting, this card. This is the cruelty card. In conjunction with these cards here, it is reminding us to be kind to ourselves. Don't push yourself too hard. Don't make sure that you take time out for self-care. Don't do things that you are probably not going to enjoy. Don't do things that don't bring you joy. Breathe every now and again. If something isn't working for you, cut your losses and let it go, because it is not worth going through it. You're going to end up feeling like you're being stripped bare to the bone, eviscerated if you want. But overall, spring is the time for stepping out and allowing those energies of abundance and prosperity to rain down. Now I'll do a very quick one for summer next year. There is lots, oh look at that. Okay, so we have domination, which can also be seen as strength, the whole arm wrestling thing, and the thunderclouds in the background. Doing what is best for you and taking control of you and your life. Standing your ground, setting boundaries. Oh gosh, I can't tell you how much everybody needs to set boundaries. Father of Air is a wise card, this one. This one's also associated with education as well. So don't be going and butting heads with people when you really don't need to. You think about what you're doing and approach it from a different perspective. Change your thought processes if you have to. And do it smart, basically. And then we end that summer on strength. And strength with the lions is working with the energy, not against it. Okay, so that is the seasons. And this all kind of fits in with the dragon too, because the dragon's very elemental. The dragons are elementals. They're the building blocks of our reality. They're the building blocks of our universe. They contain all knowledge within themselves. When they were physically in the world, the legend of the Septarian is, if you can, get a hold of the Septarian stone this year. I don't know how many have heard the story of the Septarian crystals, but I mean, there is the geological explanation for them, but I prefer the other one, the legend, where the last of the dragons in this physical realm wanted to make sure that humans had the knowledge, or had access to the knowledge that they had, so that it would help humans to move forward and to learn and grow and expand, in consciousness, as well as being in the physical world that we're in. So to do that, the last of the dragons flew themselves, twirling building energy as high as they possibly could, and then plunged themselves into the nearest volcanoes. And that's how the Septarian egg was born, or the Septarian crystals were born, and they were infused with the energies of the dragons, so that humans will be able to one day learn how to access that which we have now, because we know how to use crystals, and they would be able to benefit from all of their knowledge. That's my favourite story of the dragons. So dragon energy is very basic, very elemental, very easy to work with, and yeah, I highly recommend that you go with the flow. It fits with the 8 year too. It really fits well. It is, the numbers and everything just fit really well. It's of course another year that has its own struggles here and there, but it's something that is overall that's positive for what is coming.